Right, howdy folks, how we doing? I hope everything's well. I'm just gonna come on today for a little bit of a chat rather than the videos that I have been doing, because I've just got time for chat basically. But I have noticed, so I have done a couple of different types of videos, sort of experimenting about what you guys might like. And I think what I've worked out is that things that I've made and plans to making things are kind of your favorite videos. Let me know if you think otherwise, but I still intend to do some of the sew the catwalk type videos because it's fun, but they do take a lot of time. And I mean the spring shows have all just happened, and yeah, I'd have to go through and research what sort of trends and patterns and things and shows that I want to focus on. And at the moment I was run off my little feet, so we're just going to do this. Okay, so where am I? My goodness. We'll just have a little chat and tell you what I'm up to. I've got 3 different fabrics that I've bought to show you, and some patterns that I might match them to. Oh, and this dress that I'm wearing is the one thing that I've done in the last couple of weeks for myself, which was in my work from home module plans. Work from home module sewing plans that I put in my previous video was this dress. I haven't done the tops yet. I've got until like the challenge, which is run by Tom Cat Stitchery, Whitney. I have until the 31st of October is the challenge date. Not that I've ever done a challenge before or gotten it in on time or any of that stuff, but it's first time for everything. Okay, what I've been up to. So yeah, I work freelance in the fashion industry, mostly, I guess, product development is what I do. And one of the ladies that I work for, her brand, we've been working on it for a couple of years now, is about to launch. So all of the product has been made, and I have been quality control checking it all for 2 days, and I'm feeling a little bit brain dead. Quality control is like, if you've ever had to do a stock take before, just think of it as like a one-person stock take where you have to check that every single item is 100% perfect. And if it's not, record what's wrong with it. And yeah. You may be able to tell, my brain has just drifted off somewhere in this repetitive land of pick this up, measure this thing, check all the stitching, check the tags are there, blah, 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 blah. So that's what I've been doing. Also, I'm feeling a little bit hectic because, yeah, freelance life, you're always looking for the next job before this job is finished. And a couple of job opportunities have come up, so I'm trying to work all those out as well. So yeah, it's all kind of word of mouth, and I've got lots of wonderful people at the moment trying to find work for me. And all of my little chickens are coming in. They haven't hatched yet, so I can't count them. But eggs, I have eggs in baskets that I'm trying not to break. That's what's going on. So the only thing that I've made in like the last 2 weeks, I don't know, the last video actually I think is appallingly bad. Yeah, I probably won't do that filming at night business in the studio when it's an absolute wreck ever again. Not until I manage to get decent lighting and camera equipment and time, at which point I'll probably have time. Don't have time. But yay, let's just talk about dresses and stuff. So I made this one, as I said that I would. It's the this kind of embroidered gauze from Pitt Trading, and a little stash buster on the little silk midriff panel here. And then this is a cotton gauze. I've also put a lining or a padding layer of bra foam in between, sort of from here down to here. And hopefully I've got some twirls or something. Let's show you it standing on here. All right, the pattern number Yeah, I know. You're doing well. All right, it's this guy. B5209. Yay. I did make quite a lot of changes. So I had kind of the wrong size bracket. I bought the 14 to 20, and normally I'd kind of make a 10 to a 12 and grade out, because I do need a 14 on the waist. I clearly bought this pattern when I hadn't quite figured out how sizing works on these things yet. So instead the waist was right, and I had to sort of grade in up here. I took 2 centimeters out of the center back, because this panel piece wraps all the way around to the center back. So I took 2 centimeters out there, which will bring this up, and out of the middle of the center back, which sort of brings the back in a little bit. And I also took another centimeter out through here. So that's 3 centimeters kind of length out altogether. And then I took another probably 2 centimeters out of the length at the waist as well. Now, I've been saying all this time that I'm 5'6", and I went in for a measurement and a weigh-in at the gym, and obviously I live in metric land, and I'm 163 centimeters tall. I've always known that I'm 163 centimeters tall, but for some reason, at some point, I translated that to 5'6". That's not true. I'm like 5'3.5", 5'4". I'm short. I'm really short. It's amazing the things that you learn. Yeah, because they measured my height at the gym and they had the conversion on the chart, and I was like, awkward. Not as tall as I think I am. Anyway, so I guess I've taken out in total like 5 centimeters in length. So I guess that makes the bodice piece quite long. It depends how tall you are, all that stuff. What else did I do? I made this back panel wrap around over the shoulders and become this front of the sleeve. So I eliminated, there was a seam here, and I took that out. So that I could have that fabric was all in one, because that's my favorite bit about the dress, is this sheer panel and then sheer through the back. And yeah, it did mean like that this doesn't arch down as much as it does, like in the pattern, it actually has a curve in it, and I had to take that curve out. What else? So yeah, that makes that stick out a little bit. I then changed the skirt as well. I changed the skirt to a gathered straight up and down, like one rectangle, gathered at the front, gathered at the back, because I didn't have enough fabric to do the A-line gathered skirt from the pattern. And also stripes. Like I did the overlay in this fabric, it's kind of striped. I would have had to match it up. I just didn't have enough fabric to do that. I could have probably topped and tailed it if it wasn't directional and stripes, but it is. And I mean, I don't mind the gathered effect. I mean, it's gathered anyway. Like it's a gathered skirt anyway, but this one is an A-line, like it flares out at the bottom. And what I've done is a straight up and down. But I'm pretty happy with it. I just sort of held up the length to me and sort of figured out what I wanted rather than go by the length on the pattern, because I actually think that was shorter than I wanted anyway, so I've made it longer. And the little half lining piece that I put in there is the same cotton gauze. Yeah, if I made it again, I would probably take a bit of volume out of here. I did put actually like it looks like it's supposed to kind of ruche around the neck, the pattern, but I've sewn a pleat down into it to try and sort of narrow this off, because it feels really wide, this panel here. You can sort of see it's like quite wide. And if I did the dress again, which I really, really like the dress, I probably will, I'd probably try and take some of that out and add it into the sleeve piece. Unless I was doing it all in matching fabric, then I wouldn't bother, because where that seam sits in the matching fabric, I don't think really matters. Also, I would probably change a little bit how I did the bra padding on the inside, because I didn't take enough volume out of it up here. it's sort of the right shape under the bust. I mean, the whole point of this really is to just disguise any movement. It doesn't, you know, give you any lift or support or any of that stuff, which I don't really mind because I actually quite like in summer not wearing a bra, which was the whole point. But yes, I probably would have taken some of the volume out of the top here because that's just a little bit too much, and that piece could be a little bit smaller. I mean, it is all completely lined with the same fabric here. And yeah, so that was another change that I made to the pattern, because in the pattern, this is all self-lined as well. So I didn't do that. I just sewed it into the lining on this bit. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so it's a side zip, which is really easy because it comes right the way up to the top. Yeah, I really like it. So next, that was B5209. Oh, and yeah, the little silk midriff panel. We'll find out how that goes in the wash. We will find out. It hasn't been washed yet. I will probably put off doing that for as long as I possibly can. It's really hot here. Germs die in the heat, right? Just put it on the line and air dry it. It's good for the environment. Okay, so I did buy 3 fabrics. So I said in my plans that I'd worked out I didn't really have enough bottom weight fabrics and I needed to make pants and stuff. I haven't finished all the tops and things from the collection before, so I'll be doing those tops before I do these. So I got these 3 fabrics, and it turns out they're not quite as heavy as I thought they were going to be. They're just more like a cotton shirting, I guess. Like a shirting weight, maybe a poplin, a light poplin. This one's really quite light. This is more of a lawn. Anyway, let me show you them. I don't know if you've seen any of my videos before, or maybe you stalk the Dior collections as well. You can probably tell that these are Dior dupes. So the first, is it directional? Yes, it is. Am I holding it upside down? Yes, I am. There we go. So palm trees and butterflies with this really, yeah. I think the print's beautiful. It's so soft. I mean, it's definitely 100% cotton. I got these guys on AliExpress. I got them all from the same seller. They arrived super, super quickly. Like, I've never had anything from AliExpress arrive so fast. It was amazing. They are beautiful quality. One of them's maybe had a rough time in its life at some point, but the other 2 are really, really gorgeous. I will link the store below. It is an affiliate link because I've just figured out how to do them, and I think I'm really clever. Also, like, finding good stuff on AliExpress is really, really hard work. So if I'm sharing it with you, I think it's kind of nice that I get a little kickback from AliExpress for that. It doesn't cost you anything. Doesn't make any difference to you. But yeah, if you buy using that link, I get something sometime in the future. AliExpress is notorious for paying very, very slowly. Anyway, all that aside, so that's the first one, because this one's really, really lightweight, and I've got 2.5 meters. I mean, originally with these guys, I was thinking bottoms, like the A-line skirt that I did before, which is this one, Simplicity 1166, which I showed you in my September makes beforehand. And oh yeah, so I bought these with this guy in mind, and these Culottes Butterick 6178. I want to make view D, the more slimline version, which I think will be really nice for summer. And I've picked one of the fabrics out for it already, but I have reservations. I'll tell you about that in a second. And then I was also kind of hoping to do like the bottoms and then a little matching summery tie top or shirt or something, so that it could look like a dress, like a faux dress, and then it's also separates. But there might not be enough fabric to do that. I was probably at 2.5 meters, feeling a little bit keen. And because this one's a little bit lighter, I mean, I'm going to need to buy some voile or lawn to interline it or line it with. I think it's quite sheer, this one. I could actually thought it would make a great shirt dress. I think in the Dior collections it actually is a shirt dress. And ideas for that are, let me know what you think. I've made this one before. This is McCalls M6891 shirt dress. It actually, in the view that I like, which is view D with the really long skirt, it takes heaps of fabric. What is it, like 4.4 meters? I don't have 4.4 meters. But I could do a sleeveless one. I could do a mix and match and just use it for the top or the skirt. Or I could find some way to get it together. But this actually made a really, really nice dress. It was probably one of the first things I ever made from a pattern, maybe 3 years ago. And of course I did the thing that everybody does when they make from commercial patterns. I made it way too big. I made a size 16. And it was way too big, but it's actually a really, really nice dress. I don't have it anymore. I actually cut the top off and used the skirt. But I think that would be nice. But I don't have enough fabric, so I don't even know why I'm asking. But I could probably cobble something together where it was the skirt and the top was a different fabric or something like that. Anyway, there's that idea. Idea number 2 is this early 80s number? Early 80s? Does it have a date? No. Alrighty, so it's a style pattern, which I believe is an Australian pattern company, 2835, and it's this shirt dress. It's like a straight up and down shirt dress, but it's a grown on sleeve with a yoke. Don't see that every day. Which I think might be really cute. Obviously, it's just like a sag. You have to use the belt to tie it in, but I don't mind that, and that might be cute. I do really like the long sleeve version, but this is a very lightweight cotton, and we're coming into summer, so the idea kind of would be to make a summer dress. Maybe not that one. Anyway, next idea. There was another shirt dress. Oh yeah. Oh, there's another 2. This is Simplicity 8983 from, now does this one have a date? 1979. Again, it's like a straight up and down sack. You have to use the belt for it, but it does have a collar and a set-in sleeve and a pocket. So that might work, and that uses like no fabric. Oh, it's got like a little, it's got belt carriers on the back. Can you see that? A really little illustration there with the belt carriers and this kind of pleat in the middle of the yoke. Oh, actually it is also on the drawing on the front. So that's my 3 options for this fabric. One of which I'd be dreaming if I thought I could get it out of this. It's not enough. But, you know, I can dream. I could try. So yeah, that's the lightweight one. The second one is this, and it's 2 panels, which I think equates to about 2 meters. It's 2 panels because it's the border print. And weirdly enough, it's a border print that goes across the fabric, so you have to cut it in panels rather than down the side. Which is this one. And this is slightly heavier, more of a shirting weight. And I really wanted to make the culottes out of it that I showed you before. So what were they? These guys. Butterick UD. But I realised that this part at the top here where you don't have the border print is where my hips and my butt are, and I'll be wearing cream pants. I don't know how I feel about cream pants. Sounds dangerous and unflattering. I'd be more comfortable with a cream skirt, but a cream skirt, I'd have to do a gathered skirt so that the hemline was square and not curved, because I couldn't do a curved hemline with this border print. I'd have to do a gathered skirt. I mean, it would make a nice gathered skirt, but that's not very exciting. And I don't wear, she says, wearing a dress with a gathered skirt. It's not really what I normally reach for. Cream culottes. Can I get away with cream culottes? Can I behave myself? Can I manage to, like, not sit in wet paint or something stupid? I mean, that would make a mess of any pants, so I don't know why I'm even worrying about that. But anyway. So this one, if you have any other more amazing ideas, tell me. I think it's gorgeous. And it does feel so soft. Like, they all feel like really nice quality fabrics. And, like, the print is really clear and the weave is really tight. Almost like sheets. Like really high quality sheets. And it's all been washed. So the soft crinkling effect, when it's been washed and it hasn't been ironed. So the crinkles really kind of fall out of it, which I'm happy with because I hate crinkly cotton. All right. Piece of fabric number 3 is kind of in the middle of those two. It's not as light. Oh, it's almost as heavy as the other one. Which is this one. Again, I've got 2.5 meters. This is the one that I think it has one little flaw, which I'm not that worried about. I mean, I might be when I start making it up and realize I need that bit of fabric. But I don't know if you can see it, but it just has the tiniest little hole. Like a little, tiny little hole in it. Right there. Yeah. And the selvage has been a bit munched somewhere. Oh yeah, here. Which is weird. Weird. Anyway, it's like a Toile de Jouy with lions and orangutans and cheetah, I think. I don't know, what's the one with lines as opposed to spots? I don't know. Animals on it. It's got animals on it. Yeah. And again, maybe one of those shirt dresses. I could make the skirt out of it and then pray that I had enough to make a little very short sleeve kind of 50s style blouse. Like button down blouse. So it was all a button down blouse and a button down skirt. How much is in that skirt? Did I say? How wide do we think this fabric is? Oh God, I haven't checked. I think it's 150. Yeah. About 150, 155. And skirt C at 155 wide requires 2.5 meters, which is exactly what I've got. I'm not, it'd just be a skirt if I was to make the skirt. But I can always order more, right? Yeah, I can always order more fabric. Just make the skirt and then order more and make a top. Anyway, it's not happening in the near future because I've got all those other plans before these plans, and this fabric was supposed to take ages to get here, which is why I ordered it, and then it arrived in like a week. Most things that I order from AliExpress takes 6 weeks, so it shouldn't even be here yet. But it's all washed and it's all lovely, and I'm really, really happy with the quality. And one day when I actually get time to make things for myself again, I will. Oh, I was saying, so the videos that you guys seem to like are ones where I make plans and I show you the stuff that I made from the plans, I guess. And the other one is pattern making videos. I think that people seem to be quite keen on pattern making. And since I'm a pattern maker, maybe I should roll with that a little bit. I was thinking of doing a series, and tell me what you think,
of, like, I can show you how to just pattern make your own, like, simple boxy top, like make the pattern from scratch, but then use that pattern and hack it lots and lots of different ways to get lots and lots of different designs. Because from a boxy top, you can make heaps and heaps of different things. So it'd be a whole different series, like do a boxy top but put a frill on the sleeve, do a boxy top but, you know, we can do like a raglan sleeve, cut a raglan sleeve into it, or put a waistline on it, or change the neckline on it, or add fullness, make it a trapeze shape. Lots of ideas. Put a button placket on it, put a collar on it, which I think, instead of like making your own block and then learning how to do all of those things on your own block, making a boxy top is a lot less daunting. Like making your own block it's actually just really boring. Even I put it off. I haven't got my own blocks for the size that I am now. Haven't had for years. It's boring. But a boxy top, you get something out of it the first time you make it. And then it's just pattern hacking. And if you're pattern hacking, you're learning how patterns work. Like taking out, like making a 3-dimensional thing out of a 2-dimensional thing, because it's a 3-dimensional body, but 2-dimensional fabric. That's what pattern making is. Yeah. Anyway. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you so much for bearing with me. For everybody who's subscribed, thanks. And if you haven't subscribed and you'd like to, do the thing. Every YouTuber says it.